Shit. Back whenever I first joined the freaking Marine Corps, me and my buddies, we used to sit around freaking watching his Unforgivable well, all of his videos, but the one that we remembered the most was Unforgivable with some chicken nuggets. Let's get
Start off
it.
today by asking you, the audience, what is your favorite old school video or video series on YouTube? And by
Oh, hold on. Dang, what's my I used to like watching the Hodge twins back then, but I mean, it was pretty much them whenever I was younger compared to like the other people. I didn't watch Plain Potatoes until way later. I didn't watch these dudes that we finna watch now until way later. But I mean, it was mostly Hodge twins that I watched whenever I was younger.
old school, I mean like sub 2008. Maybe it's Numa, could be the Tourette's guy, or maybe drinking out of cups is your personal favorite. But for many of you out there, the answer to this question will be a video and eventual video series known far and wide across the internet as Unforgivable.
And I know I nutted because I didn't use a condom. Put it in her pussy and got her pregnant.
That nigga dumb.
Unforgivable.
Unforgivable was first uploaded to the Hodge Stansson YouTube channel back in 2006. The video itself features a young man supposedly named Ricky standing in the woods delivering an improvised expletive-laden story.
Hella
And what is
talented.
the story about?
Just talented.
Well, in summary, it's about him taking this girl on a date to a mall Chick-fil-A, but I'm just gonna play some clips.
I went to Levine's yesterday, get some pants for me and my niggas. I was gonna steal them, I ain't had no money. Met a girl there, trying on some skirts. I was like, what that smell like? Got her number. The next day we went to Chicken-fil-A, some place in the mall. I was like, whatever, bitch, give me a chicken sandwich and some waffle fries.
Now you can see he breaks character a few times and the cameraman is giggling in the background, but all of this together along with the story made a hilarious viral product. Unfortunately, the Unforgivable series is now defunct, but the videos still remain up for new viewers and nostalgic ones alike to enjoy. Many of you in the comments have been asking for an Unforgivable deep dive, and well, today I'm finally gonna do it. We're going to talk about who is behind the series, why did it end, and what are the creators up to nowadays.
Nice.
Want to give a big shout out to The Ridge for sponsoring today's
Bro.
video. The Ridge is the maker of these sleek metallic
How
minimalist
many,
wallets.
bro?
that
I
go
don't
to
even have any
40% off
freaking
and free worldwide shipping. So check that out
sponsorships.
and let's get on to the
You
story.
got all of them, bro.
So really the biggest question I see when it comes to the Unforgivable video series is, who is the Unforgivable guy? The Unforgivable guy is a Texas-born screenwriter named Gunnar Stansson.
Texas born. I had no idea about that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If y'all ain't know, I'm from Texas too, bro. If you don't like that, leave. Straight up. I mean, it's not like anybody here anyway. So anybody that comes in now, like, please don't leave.
Born October 1st, 1986, Gunnar first began creating short films in the early 2000s, alongside someone who would become his longtime friend and creative mentor, Logan Hodge. Logan Hodge, born March 28th, 1987, met Gunnar at a Texarkana, Texas high school during their 9th grade chemistry class as teenagers. The two fostered a strong friendship, with the common interest of music and film serving as the bond between them. They would at one point form a band together in high school, but their musical endeavors always took a back seat to their film interests. Finding each other on congruent creative paths, the two formed their film production company called Hodge Stansson, which is a combination of their last names. They were inspired by the likes of filmmakers such as David Lynch, Woody Allen, and David Lean, to name a few, and hoped that one day they could create their very own feature-length film. But for the time, they were relegated to making short films. Now, their short film work during high school remains largely unknown, but their film work past 2005 after graduating, that's a different story. Coinciding with the year of their graduation, YouTube was released and it was quickly become—
Bro, y'all don't even remember, bro. I remember YouTube looking like this. Y'all don't remember that? Like, bro, look at YouTube now. Like, I mean, I got premium and shit, but like, look at YouTube now compared to then, bro. Look how sleek that is. Like, it's so sleek, bro. You can literally look at YouTube now compared to then and see how much what the like what was that? Bro, like and
becoming the hub for online
videos wouldn't
video
load.
content. As it grew, the filmmaking duo would see potential in the site as a way to broadcast their projects to the masses. They would officially create their Hodge Stansson YouTube channel on July 3rd, 2006. Behind the scenes, they had been experimenting with both scripted and unscripted video content for YouTube. Gunnar typically acted in the projects with Logan directing and holding the camera, but this wasn't always the case as there are many examples of Logan acting as well. Now, despite all their efforts writing and scripting short films, it would ultimately be an unscripted, improvised monologue performed by Gunnar that would bring fame to the duo. And I think it goes without saying that that unscripted, improvised monologue was Unforgivable, uploaded on August 22nd of 2006. And boy did this Unforgivable video blow up. It's really hard to explain how big it was for the time, not only in the sense of views, but also just the general impact that it had on YouTube and its community as a whole.
I mean, everybody was walking around after that shit came out talking about some Unforgivable and waffle fries and it's just a mistake. Everybody was walking around doing that.
So popular that it inspired hundreds of parody videos from YouTubers across the site. Someone making a parody of another YouTube video is pretty commonplace now, but at the time that was kind of unheard of. You mostly saw parodies of TV shows or movies, but a parody of a YouTuber was something new, and I think that speaks to the greatness of the Unforgivable video. People really fell in love with Gunnar and his hilarious performance, making him somewhat of a proto-YouTube celebrity, one of the first. And of course, this video wouldn't have been possible without the direction and background chuckling of Logan. It was definitely a collaborative endeavor, and one that brought fame to the Hodge Stansson Productions name.
We got the food. She brought it to me, snatched it from her real fast. She sat down like, bitch, who told you to sit down? You better wait for my request.
Like, it's dumb, but at the same time, it's funny. Like, bro, he's stupid.
I said, go ahead and sit down, cunt. She sat down, and we ate.
What makes it funnier is his buddy in the background, like, he can't hold his composure, bro.
Later on in the evening, took her to Silver Ball. Play some video games or something. She'd act like she wasn't having a good time. I said, bitch, you ain't no nerd. I could have sworn you were. Unforgivable.
The Unforgivable video and its catchphrase became so popular that for a short time, the Hodge Stansson channel had officially licensed Unforgivable merch that was being sold at Hot Topic. And hey, if you happen to have one of these shirts lying around, hit your boy up. I might be willing to take it off your hands. But anyways, after the massive success of the first Unforgivable video, the Hodge Stansson boys would go on to create numerous episodes of it, 7 in total with 3 spin-offs. Each episode basically being the same format, with the only difference being Gunnar's improvised monologues.
Walked up to the bedroom. She was already laid there butt naked like I told her she should have been. Went out on the porch, smoked a bag of meth. Then I smoked a little crack after that. Got in. She said, you smell funny. I was like, bitch, that's just my BO.
The last Unforgivable episode was uploaded to YouTube on June 5th of 2011, and the series has remained defunct ever since. And this is largely due to Gunnar and Logan losing interest in the series. A few months after the final episode in 2011, Gunnar and Logan were interviewed by a blog called The Juicy Expressions, and in this blog, viewers finally got some insight into the creative process behind the series. Whose idea was it to film in the woods? Logan, we were filming in the woods already, another movie called Bye, and it was a piece of shit, so we got frustrated and we started making our own jokes.
How crazy is that, bro? You literally making a movie and you get frustrated, so you just like, fuck it. You just start fucking around on the camera and create something so funny that so many people have watched and seen that just touched the whole generation, bro. That's crazy.
Inspired you to make Unforgivable? Gunner: okay, well, here's the story. Logan introduced me to this group of rappers called NWA. He basically introduced me to Ice Cube, and when I heard their lyrics, they were really tyrannical lyrics. I thought it was really funny, and I don't really care about rap, but I thought that they were really funny, and it made me start thinking about saying really crazy things. Also, inspiration came from the P. Diddy commercial for Unforgivable Cologne. The Unforgivable Cologne commercial was banned from television because they had a crazy interracial scene. And for those curious, here's the commercial he's talking about.
Oh, bro. I remember this commercial. Bro, I'm 30. I remember it, bro. Yo. Damn, they really didn't like it.
Unforgivable. None of them are pussy got her pregnant.
What's weird is I actually remember seeing this commercial from back in the day, but never really made the connection. So you heard it first here. Unforgivable was partly inspired by some P. Diddy cologne. You can't make this stuff up, guys. This interview also contains a rather interesting portion which explains why the creators lost interest in making the Unforgivable series. The two seem to express some disappointment that the unscripted, low-effort Unforgivable series completely overshadowed their more fleshed out and artistic short films that they had been creating for their channel. Unforgivable has 16,552,294 views as of July 5th at 6:58 p.m. How did it make you feel to know that the video was so successful? Gunner: it makes me feel kind of dejected because it's kind of unfair because the projects that we actually worked on and had a goal at hand didn't do as well as Unforgivable. We'd like people to spend time with them. Unforgivable was like a fluke. LOL, I find myself laughing at it each time. Logan: we spent so little time with Unforgivable that it's hard for us to feel what others feel about it because it literally took no effort at all. What are your goals for your videos? Gunner: I don't have any goals really as far as the videos go. Unforgivable really came from boredom and we were misguided on another project we were doing and it just kind of happened, so there was no goal there. But for our other videos, I would like for people to watch and support. Logan: yeah, we really would like for people to take the time out and get to know us and our new videos. This brings me to a point in the narrative that I've neglected to elaborate on thoroughly. That point being, Gunner and Logan never intended on Unforgivable to become their main bread and butter content. It was always an afterthought. The content that they really poured their heart and soul into were the various short film projects they had been creating since 2006. Standouts include a short film they created called The Visitor, another short film called The Long Afternoon, and an episodic sitcom they created called Fruitheads. Gunner and Logan had hoped that they could potentially use the attention garnered from the Unforgivable series to attract fans for their various passion projects.
But no, because usually whenever people go to watch a freaking video that's freaking like viral, like they usually don't even stick around on the channel after that. Like they may go to your channel just to look at a vid or two, like just to like view it real quick to see if it's the same type of comedy, but other than that, like they gonna stick to what they came there for originally.
But unfortunately, this never truly became a reality. Ultimately, the Hodge Stansson brand would forever be defined by Unforgivable, and the other projects failed to ever really take off. Without much of an explanation, uploads on the channel ceased in late 2011, and sometime after, the Unforgivable videos were unexpectedly unlisted from the channel. For the time being, fans would be left in the dark. The two would eventually return in October of 2015, and this time with a trailer for a film that they had apparently been working on for years called Florence, a matter between two detectives. While it was released on the Hodge Stansson channel, the movie is credited under Logan's then recently established production company called the North American Kino Eye. Directed by Logan and featuring Gunner as a detective, the hour-and-a-half-long feature film was published 2 days after the trailer dropped. It remained up for a limited period of time and only received a few thousand views. Florence in its entirety has since vanished from the internet, and it's rather difficult to locate nowadays, with only traces of it being available via Wayback Machine shenanigans. Apparently it was a pretty solid movie, receiving an 8.5 on IMDb, though only 6 people have given it a score. After the publication of Florence, the Hodge Stansson channel would fall dormant again, and in all reality, this was kind of the end of the project. Honestly though, I don't think there could have been a better way to cap off this collaborative project between Gunner and Logan, because after all, one of their biggest goals was to create a feature-length film, and well, they were finally able to do it. After the end of the Hodge Stansson project on YouTube in 2015, it's rumored that the two parted ways amicably, with Gunner moving to upstate New York for unknown reasons and Logan remaining in Texas. And at this point, it gets a bit muddy in regards as to what the two individuals were up to in their personal lives, more so with Gunner, who never really kept up with social media. But we do know what happened to Logan. Logan had maintained a Twitter for quite some time, and it appears that he had begun to prioritize his creative efforts to music production, something he had low-key dabbled in for years but started to take more seriously. Logan would go on to join a hip-hop collective based out of Oakland, California called Green Over Records, which he collaborated with for many years despite him living in Texas. His most notable musical achievement was the production of an experimental electronic/industrial hip-hop album called 12 Living Generations.
Bro, what?
This album would catch the eye of Universal Records, and he would be signed to the label sometime in 2017.
Okay.
Things were really looking up for Logan, but unfortunately, as 2018 came around, tragedy struck. On March 9th, 2018, just 19 days before his 31st birthday, Logan Hodge was found dead in his Bowie County, Texas home.
What?
The cause of his death isn't publicly available information, and out of respect for Logan Hodge, I will avoid any speculation on this matter. Logan's untimely death likely weighed heavy on those close to him, and it would certainly be devastating news for his longtime friend, collaborator, and man he considered a brother, Gunnar Stansson. After receiving the news of Logan's passing, Gunnar honored his friend by relisting all of the unlisted Unforgivable episodes and many other short films they created together on the Hodge Stansson channel that had been unlisted years prior. And to pay further homage, he has recently uploaded previously unseen projects that they had worked on dating back as far as the high school days. In the description box of the original Unforgivable video, Gunnar has left a short but endearing message for his dearly departed friend. Rest in peace, Logie Bear. Since meeting each other in that 9th grade chemistry class as teenagers, Gunnar and Logan maintained a starry-eyed and obsessive passion for their shared creative interests, drawing inspiration from each other every step of the way. I think the best way to showcase the admiration and respect these two shared for one another is best explained by these two quotes.
That is 16 years, bro. That's so sad. They known each other since the time they were 14 years old in the 9th grade, bro. Probably 15. But even still, that's 15, 16 years you knew somebody. And like, damn, like as soon as y'all like, you know, split and go to y'all separate ways, bro, that's freaking tough, bro.
First of which is from Gunnar. When asked in an interview in 2013 how he met Logan, he responded with this. We met in chemistry class in 9th grade. He served as my stalwart model of an artist. I learned how to behave and conduct myself as such. He also taught me how to establish a template. And to understand how Logan felt about Gunnar, all you really need to do is read the notes of the album that got him signed to Universal Records. Dedicated to my best friend, Gunnar Stansson, without whom this record would have never materialized. Thank you for your generosity, brutal honesty, and endless encouragement. I know you're going to hate me for writing this, but you deserve it. And with that said, guys, I think we're at a good ending point for this story. I gotta say, I went into this one not expecting much of a captivating tale. I thought I would find the cliche guy has one viral video, becomes famous, but then slowly and painfully falls into irrelevancy as the internet moves on to the next big thing. What I found instead was a touching story of two friends following a shared passion who accidentally got famous, and it really never changed anything.
Yeah,
Gunnar and Logan were never really in it for the money. They were in it for the art, but even more broadly, they were in it for the fun.
Unforgivable.
Unforgivable may not have been Gunnar and Logan's proudest work, but we sure love it, and it'll be beloved by millions of internet users for decades to come. Let me know what you guys thought about this video down below, and let me know who or what you want me to talk about next. Thank you to the Patreon.
Bro, I don't know if I want this nigga to talk about anybody else in the video, bro. That bummed me the fuck out. God dang. Bro. I had no idea, man. That was... I never knew, man. That shit is so sad, bro. Shit. There go another one, man. Damn.